Hello, everyone, and welcome to the LeadTrain Launch Webinar Series, Episode 3. Today, we're going to give you a behind-the-scenes look at the how of LeadTrain. And basically what that means is we're going to show you a few specific ways that LeadTrain will improve your business. And so this is really, I guess, the functionality of it. More of the tools we talked about. Now we're going to tell you how those tools are going to start changing your life. As always, we are your hosts. My name is Jordan McKee.
And my name's Kyle Hill.
And we are glad, as always, to be with you. And thank you, everyone who has decided to be with us live. And those that are listening to the recording, welcome. And we may be much older now.
And wiser, too.
Much wiser. A little shout out at the end of this webinar, we will be announcing the winner of the Business Booster giveaway. Okay, so if you're here live and you're wanting to figure that out, it is going to be announced. We haven't forgot about you. So just hold tight till the end and we will announce the winner. If you aren't able to stay till the end, it'll be announced on our Facebook page as well.
And if you didn't get in on that giveaway, make sure that you follow us on Facebook, get on next one, because we're always doing some pretty awesome stuff. So
yeah, you know what, Kyle, honestly, I think so. My wife is obsessed with giveaways. Okay, that's not what I think. I know that.
Okay,
she loves giveaways. She's convinced as long as she's entering giveaways every day that she's gonna win things, and she does. She wins things.
That's
right.
Great.
Yeah, nothing better than free stuff. But I've decided on my side of things that it is more fun to give things away than it is to get things. And this is not just trying to be a Christmas card, anything like this. These giveaways are so much fun, and we're happy that you enjoy them. We're happy that you love them, and we're happy that you're sharing them with your team, because you're all working so hard, and it's fun to have something to hope for. And it's fun to have something to try to win. So they'll keep coming. Like Kyle said, look us up on Facebook, LeadTrain, and follow us on our website. And that's www.leadtrain.com. And we try our best to make sure that all that information is available. So just make sure you check in every once in a while and you'll find it.
Yes.
So a quick recap before we get going. We try to keep these webinars short and to the point, and this one will be no different. In episode 1, the why of LeadTrain, we brought you on a journey down memory lane. You know, we shared a glimpse of all of the years of research that have gone into creating LeadTrain. And we shared our vision with you of creating a resource that's going to help you simplify your life and improve your overall effectiveness.
And in episode 2, we talked more of the what of LeadTrain. We gave you your first look at what you'd be getting with LeadTrain, and the episode outlined the tools that we are developing and some of the major problems that they're going to help you solve.
And now you are in episode 3. So let's get going. We'll get right to it. I didn't even mention, just so you know, this is the how of LeadTrain part 1. There's going to be a part 2. What I realized as I started gathering content and preparing for this webinar is there is a ton of things that our resource helps you do. And that's a good problem, right? There's so many things that we weren't able to keep the webinar short and have all of them in the same webinar. So what we've done is we split it into 2. This one kind of deals with the first half of the doTERRA business, the finding, the teaching, and the enrolling. And the other webinar will deal with the second half, what happens after enrollment. So, Kyle, what I like about this webinar is if we look at these questions, the 3 hows of LeadTrain, right? How will LeadTrain help me find? How will LeadTrain help me teach? And how will LeadTrain help me enroll? Those are not little questions. If you correct me if I'm wrong, are we claiming that we will help them find, teach, and enroll?
Yes.
That is a pretty big claim.
It's huge.
It's huge because we've been working in this market for years now, and this is the issue. right? People are always trying to figure out a better way to find. They're always trying to become better teachers, and they always want to know how to enroll. And right here on the same page in 3 lines, bullet points almost, we are claiming that we will help with all 3. Is that right?
Yes. And this is the question of the ages. And we get this question almost every day through Facebook, through email, text, Instagram, you name it. People are asking, so what is this LeadTrain and how is it going to help me? And so we're hitting the nail right on the head, and we're coming out and saying, well, not just how it's going to help you, but how it's going to help you find, teach, and enroll. The 3 most difficult things that people struggle with, I believe, in the network
I
marketing
guess,
space.
and throwing in a duplication, and that's what we'll hit on in the next webinar.
Exactly.
So this, just so you know, this is pretty cool. We're impressed with ourselves. So if you're not impressed, at least we are. We've got that going for us, right? So the format this is going to go, we're going to talk about the current model or the current ideologies with finding, teaching, and enrolling. And then as we talk about each of those things one at a time, then we'll talk about the LeadTrain option, how that's going to improve that action. So let's start with finding. In finding, there is this battle of sorts, and I don't know if you've seen it, each of you that are listening, but there's this struggle between the old school ideologies and the new school ideologies. And what I mean by that is those that have been using more traditional network marketing techniques, such as cold calling, knocking on doors, handing out CDs, contacting all of their friends and family, right? There's that ideology. And then there's a more new school ideology with people coming and seeing lots of success through social media, through blogging, through webinars and online classes, through YouTube and becoming a YouTube personality, podcasting, and different things like that. And so we've got these 2, what people see as contrasting ideas, and they seem to butt heads together. And, at different times in our career, Kyle and I have found ourselves on different ends of this battle. We've looked at traditional ideas, and we see the benefits, and we see the I guess the negatives as well. And then we look at these more not advanced, these more new age, I guess, ideas, and we see their benefits and we see their disadvantages. And what time and experience offer is it offers you a clean view of how things really work. And what we've come to find is that using just traditional methods or using just new school methods will slow down your progression. If you are only using traditional methods and not using any of the new technology that's there to help you grow your business, it will grow slower. If you're just using the new technology and you're not using any traditional methods, your growth will go slower. And so what we have done is we've created a hybrid solution of these 2 plans. And this really provides the best of both schools, I guess.
Yeah, and I wanted to expound a little bit too about Jordan was saying about the old versus the new school. And, this is something that we've definitely seen, like he said, and one, or I guess 2 examples is the old school approach. We legitimately did cold calls at one point just to see what the response would be, what, we could pull out of that. And then new school, we've done a lot of different experiments we actually created a blog specifically for trying to pull in new leads and, creating an ebook and trying to utilize the new age way of finding. And so with each, they had their benefits, and also with each had their downfalls. And so as Jordan said, as we look at finding, we feel that hybrid approach, as Jordan was just talking about, is what we need to look into on combining the 2.
Because didn't you feel like we had kind of a chain around our ankle, I guess, when we'd go in with the mindset of we're only going to use the internet, we're only going to find people online. And then the opposite end, we are only going to do cold calling, or we're going to just knock on doors. Both sides, like you said, had their benefit, but in their isolation, they weren't as powerful as LeadTrain is making them, as it's using both of those things together.
Exactly. And so moving on, LeadTrain guides you down a path of online and offline actions. And so, or what does this mean? It means that we have developed tools and resources that will help you to increase your exposure and to find more people online that are out of your immediate network of contacts. And on the other side, we've also developed tools that will help you to enhance traditional finding techniques, thereby making you a double threat. And so it's the combination of those two, online and offline, new age, old school, that we have really, I guess, thrown into LeadTrain and built all of LeadTrain around that ideology.
I love what you said, the idea of developing tools to help, because there's people, somebody contacted us on our blog just recently and said, hey, is this technology going to be easy to use? Is it easy to learn? There's definitely people who are concerned that this new technology might be out of their reach, just in being able to learn and use it, the functionality of it. On the other side, there's people who are worried that the older traditional techniques might be out of date. And so what's cool about what you said is we're developing tools to simplify the technology, as well as developing tools that enhance the traditional finding techniques. And so you see a bigger benefit of both worlds, the simplicity that technology usually doesn't offer, and the enhancement that the traditional model didn't offer in itself.
Exactly. And so getting into this, let's look at some of these tools that LeadTrain is going to offer alongside or with the purpose of finding. And before I get into any of these, one thing I wanted to note is that as we've gone throughout the years, as we've worked with many wellness advocates and done our consulting and built software, especially the business partner, we've always had in mind, we want to work for you. We work for you is what Jordan would always say. And so getting that feedback on what's working for people and what they would like to see has really helped us a lot along the way. And so much of the tools, a lot of the logic that we've put into this is straight from you and us, from everybody. It's a compilation of things people wanted to see and what they needed. And so the first item on the list is landing pages. And basically what a landing page is it's a one-page website with the purpose of getting new leads that will then be taken down a track towards enrollment, but done in a proper way of properly educating them about the product and making sure that they are on a good track to, come to an event. And I guess you could say utilize both online and offline, old school and new school methods.
Absolutely. Kyle and I could both attest that getting someone's email is really easy. There's a lot of different ways that we can get someone's email, but creating a valuable lead is a different thing than getting someone's email. And what our landing pages have done, it allows you to customize a page that creates valuable leads, people that are coming through that are prepared to learn more and to advance through your marketing sequence. So this next point that we're talking about is LeadTrain helps simplify the marketing sequence. One thing that you use a lot in online business and any business is what's called a marketing funnel. And it's the idea of bringing in leads and then, I guess, refining those contacts further and further and further until you're left with those people at the end who are the
cream of the crop.
The cream of the crop, I guess. Yeah, the people who are ready to take action, to make steps, right? So your marketing sequence won't be any different. What it's going to allow you to do is to take these people that you're finding and develop a relationship with them, as well as educate them and move them closer to changing their lifestyle and integrating essential oils into part of their life. And so this sequence is helping to make your finding more effective. So you're not just bringing in contacts, because I could give you a dozen links to people who sell you lame contacts online, right? Mm-hmm. That's not hard to find. We're going to help you find leads that are valuable, that convert.
Yeah, and the cool thing is we've built this funnel for you. It's customizable, so you can change all the text, so that you can make sure that your personal touch is on it. But it doesn't mean you have to go out and buy thousands and thousands of dollars of software just to build your own marketing funnel, because there is software that lets you do that. It's very powerful.
Or go get an MBA or something, right? It's easy to use and it works.
Or hire someone to build it for you, to think through it all. This is the compilation of Jordan's knowledge, his marketing background, and industry knowledge as well. And that leads us into the next point, other tools that integrate with those marketing sequences as well, so that you can tap in once again to the new age way of doing things, which is social media tools. There's a big push that we've seen of people wanting to do events online through these social platforms such as Facebook. And so what we've done is figured out a way and worked with many wellness advocates who've seen success, and making sure that you're able to do that. And so if that's something you haven't done before, we'll make it super easy so that you can, get professional images and content, and you don't have to take the time to be able to post it out of your day.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And with that, with finding online is a new thing. And so finding through social media, it's important. We believe that you should be posting to all of your social media sites regularly, or you shouldn't have those accounts, because it looks bad when somebody looks you up and sees that you're inactive in wherever they're looking, right? And we've all been guilty of that at one point or another. But what LeadTrain is going to help you to do is choose from quality content, create your own content, and automate those posts onto all of your social media sites. It's a huge tool. It's a huge undertaking, and it's incredible. I cannot wait to get that into all of your hands. It is so cool. And then finding, again, invitations and follow-up. It's basically what this is helping you do is it's confirming the people that are interested. And so again, like we talked about in that marketing sequence, it's narrowing and narrowing and narrowing, and making sure that the people that you're spending your time with are ready to learn and are ready to act. And if they're not, then it's time to keep them in the sequence until they're properly prepared. It's like, I don't know if this is everywhere, but those Cheez-It commercials, the Cheez-Its have to be properly mature before they're before they're served in the box. It's the same thing. So those leads need to mature until they're ready. So the next point, and sorry, this picture is a little bit fuzzy, is teaching. And teaching, it shouldn't be seen as a problem, because teaching's fun. I'm sure most of you look at it in the way of teaching's your favorite thing to do. And if you could just teach about essential oils and teach about these great products all the time, life would be good and life would be happy. But there are problems within teaching if we just look at it by itself, not in comparison to finding or enrolling or whatever it may be. So these are some problems that over the years we've heard over and over and over and over again. Attendance. I can't tell you how many times we've heard of people planning a beautiful class that nobody came to, and of empty chairs and pictures of giveaways that would never be claimed, and all the sad things that come as part of an unattended class. Then the next thing is time constraints. We live in a time where people are extremely impatient, and people are busy, and they're busy even when they're not busy. They just feel busy all the time. There's a whole industry off of people paying to not be bothered, paying not to have their time wasted, whether that's to get out of ads or whether that's to, I don't know, to skip further in a game, or to have a more premium piece of software that'll save them a few minutes. It's all about time constraints. And so often you don't have the time that you need to teach the lesson that you want to teach. Closing. So there's two sides of this. There's some people that are way overbearing, and the whole time in a class, it feels like a sales pitch. Everyone feels like they're sitting in like this picture, a class where it's a sales meeting where the purpose of you being here is to be sold on my product. On the opposite end, there's those people who are so afraid of being a salesperson that they avoid the idea of any call to action altogether. And so people, many people that could be interested in purchasing the product go home with their new knowledge just to find somebody else to purchase the product with. Not that that's a waste of time, but you don't get to see the fruits of your labors. You don't get to see the benefit of all the work that you've done. And then last, a timely follow-up. It's hard to keep track of everyone who's attended your class, and then to be dedicated enough, I guess that's the word, to calling and following up with those people and making sure that that they're ready to take the next step, that attending a class wasn't the last educational step that they made. So looking at these problems, we thought, okay, how can LeadTrain come together and solve these problems in teaching? And here are a few of the things that we came up with.
And so in LeadTrain, in many ways, it's your best teaching assistant. And one thing I wanted to make clear from everything that Jordan just said, if it wasn't clear already, is that even though teaching is the fun part, we all know that it's one of the most important parts. And there's a lot of effort that goes into it, from, pre-education, the class, making sure people are there, following up, doing all these steps. It takes a lot of time. And as we all know, time is money.
Not to mention the peppermint brownies.
Yeah, the peppermint brownies. Those should get people there.
I am a sucker for a peppermint brownie.
Maybe you should make me some, Jordan.
Yeah, we'll think about it.
So it's a lot of effort. No matter what you're doing, peppermint brownies, everything you do is geared toward this teaching. Now, we know we can't do it for free. And so making sure that our teaching, you are a professional. We want you to know that. This is your business. And so you've got to treat it that way as well. And so having this teaching assistant through LeadTrain is incredible. This pre-event education, making sure that by the time this lead that you've captured through the lead page is getting that pre-event education, everything they need to know about the product, at least, having the opportunity to sample it, all these things are taken care of by LeadTrain, and you are notified when you're needed, but behind the scenes, it's working hard so that you don't have to.
What I like about this, Kyle, is it's not every person is the same. And you'll have some people that on first meeting you are ready to attend a class. You'll have some people on first meeting you are ready to sign up for an account and purchase a diamond kit, right? That happens. You have these people that are at different steps of the process. What LeadTrain allows you to do is it simplifies the process for those that fall into the norm, while giving you the ability to customize for those that aren't in that norm. And so for invitations, for example, the automation of invitations, it's not just sending a generic invitation. It gives you the option to put your voice in and to automate the follow-ups with your voice. And so why is this important? Why are we talking about this with teaching? Well, the invitations are going to increase class attendance as well as save you time, because now you don't have to worry about following up 2 weeks before and getting everybody. And Susie, it went to her answering machine, and so I need to call her back. You can have text and email follow-ups that are sent on a set time, maybe 2 weeks before, and then a week before, and then the day before. So you can increase the attendance of your classes. It's as simple as that.
And along with that, making sure that if you are trying out the new age way of doing things, such as on social media, these events, that you get people there as well. Mm-hmm. And so you're able to create these events, not only create them, but manage them, make sure that your social posts are going there in a timely manner. They can all be scheduled. And so you're able to spread yourself out without spreading your time. It's really incredible what it allows you to do. And so those social events is something that we're really excited about.
Yeah, it's really neat. It allows you to provide a sequence of posts basically, that post on Facebook automated, and you can say when they go. You can choose from great content, or you can add in content of your own. It's going to be a huge tool for those that feel like they don't have the know-how or they don't have the content to host social media events. It just gives you another tool in your arsenal. Class attendance. So what this is talking about, it's not actually increasing attendance. What it's talking about is keeping attendance, like a roll call, like school. And so what this allows you to do is, after each event, LeadTrain will show you a list of those people that you invited to that event. You'll then have the ability to say if they attended or not. Those that attended, it'll then add to that contact. It'll add to their contact information saying, Susie attended this class on this date. This allows you to be more educated on those in your network who have attended classes, what events they've attended, and what they've learned. This also allows you, I'm just going to go into the next point as well. It allows you to systemize your post-education process. Now that you've said who's attended, you're able to contact those people via phone, via text, but you're also able to automate those via text and email. And so it allows you to continue that education process. What I like about the post-event education is it's framed in a way where you're thanking someone for attending. You thank you, Susie, for coming to my class, for supporting me. I really value your opinion, and I would love to hear some of your thoughts. If you wouldn't mind taking a second and sharing some of your thoughts with me, it'd be incredible. Something like that, right? To that extent. Well, she's then led to an option where she can give you some feedback. Feedback including, what was your interest in essential oils coming into my class? What is your interest in essential oils when leaving my class? Why is this important? Because now it allows you to focus the time on those people who are interested, as well as improve your teaching skills. If people are coming with no interest and always leaving with no interest, perhaps there's a way that we can improve that education.
And once again, LeadTrain does all of this for you. Obviously, it's all customizable, but the fact that it will send out that post-event education and the pre-event education is incredible. And it's a lot of hard work and effort has gone into it. And so we're excited for you to see it.
Yeah, that's why Kyle, I think that people will start to see, as we talk about this now, a little bit more of what this is doing and how it all works, all of the logic that goes in to making this possible, to have a marketing sequence, to have the ability to customize and simplify and automate and systemize. There's so many different actions that are taking place. And when they're all written down, it seems overwhelming, but that's what's beautiful about LeadTrain is it's so simple. It's so easy to use, and yet it does so many things. So going into the last little part we're going to talk about here, high pressure. We've talked about the scary thing of enrolling. It's this high pressure situation. It's nerve-wracking. It's awkward. It's uncomfortable. It makes me feel like a salesperson. It makes me feel like I'm using my friends and family. I'm a teacher. I'm not a salesperson. I'm an educator. There's all of this difficulty that comes in this area of enrolling. It's really uncomfortable for most people. And even though they want to enroll and their dream is to enroll, it's really scary to actually do it. And this is not the case with everybody, but I can't tell you. Kyle and I could tell you probably a dozen examples off our head of people who've contacted us in the last month about concerns with something like this. So with this being such an uncomfortable thing now, our hope is to make it a natural and comfortable part of the process. You are right. You are an essential oil and a health and wellness educator. And I look at that as one of the most amazing titles ever. So cool that you educate people. You help them understand their health. You help them change their life. Well, In order for you to continue being an educator, you need people to start making changes in their life. And they make those changes by incorporating essential oils into their daily routine. And one of the best ways that they can do that is by signing up for a wholesale account. It'll save their family money as well as improve their health. So I look at enrolling as a positive part of this process. It shows that these people have understood your education and they're ready to take the next step in this process. And so that's the feel that we want everyone to feel when it comes to enrolling, that this is positive, it's natural, it's just part of the process.
Yeah, and once again, we want you to imagine LeadTrain is your virtual personal assistant in this whole process. Someone there to make sure that you're doing the right steps, that it's handling it for you when you're not needed, and that everything's going down the same path. And so with LeadTrain, every contact is started on the path to enrollment. So right from the get-go, when you get a new lead, LeadTrain's purpose is to help them get to the point of enrollment. And that's through, the first item is sequential alerts. And so when they're taking action, when, potentially if they're not taking action, when you need to follow up, LeadTrain's going to let you know what you need to do. And we've tried as much as we can to keep that to a minimum so it doesn't add more tasks to your list. But those alerts and those tasks are what is helping this person get to the next level and moving towards that enrollment. So it's not so awkward, so that they're being, I guess, walked down the correct path straight from the beginning.
Yeah, and it's really neat. In layman's terms, those sequential alerts, basically it means the system will inform you when it's time for someone to be invited to enroll. It will inform you when it's time for somebody to get a sample. Kyle brought up the idea of LeadTrain being your personal assistant. And a few webinars down, we're just getting them all planned out and making sure that we can teach as much as possible. We're going to talk all about this idea of virtual assistant, and it's incredible. That may be one of my favorite parts of this whole resource, this whole piece of software, is everything we've done to create this virtual person that understands and that works for you, just like we've always been striving to do, to work for you. So that's a little teaser. It's going to be really neat. So stay tuned for that. Email and text invitations. Basically what this is talking about is not everybody is comfortable with getting on the phone and giving somebody a call and asking them to enroll. And sometimes, because everybody's different, sometimes that could be extremely uncomfortable for the person you're calling. And so what LeadTrain is going to allow you to do is that it'll tell you, hey, it's time to invite this person to enroll. And you can take the option to email them or to text them and to have it come in your own voice. The same goes on with the closer, because sometimes there's people who think, oh gosh, I would love to invite them to enroll, but I just don't quite know what to say. We have professionally written dialogue that is really natural, and it's an invitation for people to take a step and to enroll with a wholesale account as the next step of their education. You can then take that template and edit it as you wish, if you want, or just send it as it is. So it's just another way to simplify and systemize your actions.
And so the last point is making sure that no one gets left behind. And some people, like Jordan said, everybody that you come in contact will be different. Some people might be quick, jumping right to the gun, might order a diamond kit, and others take months, if not years, to come around to the idea of something like this. And we just want to make sure that those people don't go to waste, and that we're doing our job, or LeadTrain is doing its job to make sure that sequentially these people are kept in the loop. And so if right now is not good, these people are still kept in the system, and maybe later down the road is when something comes up and the timing is better.
Yeah, and I think this is an interesting idea, because even though we say we are not salespeople and that we are educators, sometimes with our contacts, we act like salespeople and not educators. We act like people who, hey, you know what? This person's not ready to enroll. See you later. You know, and that's what's hard is there's so many people in the industry who act like that it gets this terrible rap of, you know, they if I'm not going to buy, then they're not interested in me. That's all that they wanted me for. Well, what this idea of recycling the contact allows you to do, it allows you to further the dialogue. If Kyle's not yet ready to enroll, if he's not ready to start a wholesale account, if he's not yet ready to purchase more product, what does that mean to me as an educator? It means that he doesn't quite understand the value of my product yet. And so I want to take him back a few steps and continue the education process with him until he understands the value that this product could have in his life. So again, this is allowing you to take your network and enhance it, to grow it, to expand your area of influence, and to see an increase in enrollments. It's really, really neat. And, you know, after going through pages and pages of information in this webinar, I hope that you don't feel overwhelmed. And I give you the assurance that we have worked tirelessly to make sure that this is simple and it's easy to use, and you're going to be blown away. I can't wait to launch and to show you how simple and easy it is to use, no matter your technological background. So I guess we gotta pop up here. I don't know what happened there.
That's all right.
A little technical difficulty, I guess.
High-heeled shoes, Jordan's favorite.
So in review, LeadTrain will help you find, through simplified online marketing strategies, through enhanced traditional techniques. So it'll take that old school and the new school and help you to become a better finder.
And LeadTrain will help you teach. And it's going to do this by improving your attendance, your students' pre-class education, and your follow-up. So all three stages.
And then LeadTrain will help you to enroll by identifying prepared contacts and giving everyone something to work towards, whether they're ready to enroll at that moment or whether they've got a few more steps in their process. So I hope this has made sense. I hope it was been easy to understand. And as always, if you have any questions, please contact us. You can comment on our blog. That's www.leadtrain.com/blog. Or you can look us up on Facebook. We're LeadTrain on Facebook. On Twitter, we're at lead_train. We'll show you all those contacts in a second. But without further ado, it is time to announce the winner of the Business Booster giveaway. And the winner is Trudy Salinas. So Trudy, if you want to contact us through any of those means, please do. And we're excited to create this webinar for you. If you did not win this time, please stay tuned because there'll be more giveaways. And as business keeps going well and as we keep growing and given these new opportunities, we want to keep offering bigger and better giveaways. So stay tuned. There's good things coming your way. So again, looking forward, our next webinar is on June 23rd. It's the How of LeadTrain Part 2, and that's going to cover more of how will I improve my duplication. And so after enrollment, how is LeadTrain going to help me there? So the last point, did you like what you see? Your feedback, it means the world to us. We cannot express to you how important it is for us to hear what you think, what you liked, and what confused you. So please communicate with us. You can communicate via email. That's info@leadtrain.com. Facebook, we're just LeadTrain at Facebook. Twitter, we're @_LeadTrain, and Instagram @_LeadTrain, or @lead_train, @lead_train.
Sounds like a song.
Yeah, sorry about that. I can't read. So hope that you enjoyed this. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, and we will talk to you again soon. See you on June 23rd. Thanks.